You are watching The Horizon, the voice of the Amber Woman, exclusively on ABC Amber TV. You are watching The Horizon.
We the people, ABC Amber TV, Ambazonia Broadcasting Corporation. The voice of the voiceless, the voice of Ambazonia, connecting the world from Africa. With untold stories, Africa's best.
Mutumbo, mama yo, na ya boy go get her. Blue Jay Brothers. Mama you kind, mama you're beautiful, mama you good, mama you're wonderful. No woman like you, mama. No woman like you, mama. Thank God for you, mama. Thank God for you, mama. 'Cause you gave me life, oh mama. Queen of my life, oh mama. I go love you for life, oh mama. 'Cause you love me so, oh mama. From small begin, I never forget all the suffer when you suffer for me. Oh yeah, yeah. All the pain and the troubles where I put you through. I remember when money no be there and chop no be there for her. You be the try your best. You go run around to find us something where we go chop. When I dey sick, you know the sleep. You go dey cry all night. You go hold me tight, start to pray, say God make you help my oh Lord. Ooh, I wo ye ye choma. Afunga na bere ye funga choma. Ambama na bere ye ambama choma. Enga na chinu ye ga choma. Mama, I wo ye ye choma. Afunga na bere ye funga choma. Ambama na bere ye ambama choma. Enga na chinu ye ga choma. Ye ga choma, mama. Enga na chinu ye ga choma. Chinu ye ga choma. Oh, you gave me life, oh mama. Queen of my life, oh mama. I will love you for life, oh mama. 'Cause you love me so, oh mama. You're my motivation. You gave me the best education, mama. The song where I sing, I'm for you. Now it's special dedication to you. Oh yeah. I know say every night and day you pray say make a mama. The God where you the pray I'm for heaven. Don't give me this inspiration, mama. The song where I sing, I'm for you. Now to show my appreciation to you. Be a warrior, yeah, chama. I funga na bere, yeah, funga chama. I'm bombing na bere, yeah, bomba chama. Engana chinum, yeah, chama. Mama, warrior, yeah, chama. I funga na bere, yeah, funga chama. I'm bombing na bere, yeah, bomba chama. Engana chinum, yeah, chama. Yeah, chama. Chinum, yeah, chama. Yeah, chama. You gave me life, mama, queen of my life, mama. Ale mama, selelelele. Ale mama, selelelele. Ale mama, selelelele. Ale mama. Oh, that's so. That's so. Mother's Day. That's so.
Good good afternoon, good morning, good evening, fellow Ambazonians, friends and sympathizers. I greet you all wherever you are in Africa, in the Americas, in Europe, and in Asia. The Women's Department with the voice of the Ambazonian woman with the theme We Are Staying the Course is here again this Friday. I'm very pleased to be here to host you again. In every way, everyone is invited to participate so we can together rub minds. We can together share our ideas. The telephone number will be on the screen. You will call at any time to interject and bring in your ideas, whatever point you want to share with us in due course. Because today the main topic is how conflicting is the Ambazonian recognition quest. We have come a long way. We are still on the course and until we get to Boya. I just want to greet everyone with 21 gun salute, especially our restoration forces on ground one, on home front, those standing and defending the cause with their life, those that are investing with their lives, those that are drafting with their lives, those that have said, you cannot take away anything from me again. I read somewhere somebody said, was asking the question, can you uneducate someone who can already read and write? You may go from Jerusalem to Cana and come back, go back to Egypt. You cannot uneducate someone who is already educated. In like manner, you cannot oppress people who are no longer afraid. Ambazonian people are no longer afraid. You cannot oppress them. Who could have thought, who could have imagined that rat, rats, dogs, cats, frustrated people, abandoned people will ever stand up? They thought we were still in 1961, where they could manipulate our fathers. But this time around, the never again generation is saying no, is saying no. We can no longer be oppressed. Our land must be free. That is why the topic of today is how conflicting is the Ambazonian restoration quest. You know, so many things have been happening. I just want to greet all of my daddies, my mommies on ground zero who have been writing and asking, where are you? What is happening with the horizon? I hope you people are on today, you are watching. And yes, everything is intact. Your interim government is intact. Your interim government is really fighting, is doing all that. You know, when you wash your white clothes, you dry them for front door. You go to make sure say maize and fowl not pass, go flappy winds, dirty the clothes. You go make sure you go there around. You know, I need to talk now in the scene of this women country where we did it now, so where you go just wash your clothes for machine, put them for dryer, then you iron and you hang them. No, that one, that real life, that time where um you go make sure say you no go dry your white clothes for side wey smoke go dey blow dey go for that direction because you know say e go just go brown am. Yes, so na the same way wey I wan tell una say this our recognition quest e dey intact. E dey intact for the military level, for the diplomacy level, for the humanitarian level, for the ethics level, for the judicial level, everything dey intact. So na why that way I talk say how I go fit put the one now for pidgin make I talk am how um na why people that dey see say plenty trouble over dey for this our struggle. How conflicting is the Ambazonia restoration recognition quest. Why people that dey see say plenty problem dem dey for this our recognition quest, for this our for this thing for this our recognition wey we define am so. Why people dey see am say plenty problem dey there. I bin hear some one brother wey say since that time wey we be dey small pikin dem wey we dey pass for backside dem, no man no go shoot mango tree wey e dey empty. Nobody will ever fling their stone at an empty mango or fruitless mango tree. Only a mango tree that is bountiful, that is fruitful, where you will see people, children will always fling their stones. Or a guava tree, you will always see them flinging their stones because they are hoping to bring down one. So this is the thing that is this is the metaphor that is in the Ambazonia struggle. Na the wuru this wey dey for Ambazonian struggle because say the thing too much. Ambazonia dey so flop, blessing over flop for Ambazonia. Na the reason that way you see the thing dey go up, e dey calm down. But they forget for know say person wey e don talk. You know when you dey small pikin, any man dey can crack your head. You crack your head. Day wey you talk say today e don end, no man no go fit crack your head again. Then they wan see you carry your friend wey be big pass you, you hold him, you knack am for down, bam, you put him back for down, you cut grass, you give each chop. From that day, no man no go fit shake you again. So na the level this way we for Ambazonia we don reach. And na one thing of the confusion this, na the conflicting thing wey dey inside the whole matter wey people dey ask the question say how come people the way we be feel say if we just give one gunshot, pam, they go just enter inside house. As wey na dem sef be talk am o. Dem be talk say when some people dey go hungry, they go go back. Dem be talk say then they comot for outside, dem dey kill, dem dey do all kind things dem. So they feel say when they go, by the time they will finish killing the people, burning the villages down, carrying out their earth scorched policy, then people will run, people will disappear, people will give up. But there come a time in one's life, there comes a time in the people's life when they say enough is enough. And exactly that is what this generation has said it will not continue. Business will not be as usual. And this is where we find ourselves, and so many conflicting ideas, so many. And the controversy or the conflict began since in the 1960s. Since from the day, you know, when they say there is a conflict, according to Maslow, who even defined his 9 steps of conflict, he gave six major stages. That by the time your conflict, there's a stage 1 where you people are still just talking, where they know that there's a problem already, but you are trying to make as if there's no problem. You know, if you look at our problem, this conflict started since the day they said you can have independence by joining. That was already a conflict in place. So by joining, okay, people thought we could just manage it. What is it self? By joining, we can do a 2-state confederation, we can do a 2-state federation, and it's going to be the other nations, federated countries. So as advanced as Southern Cameroon's was then at that time, they thought, well, what is there? You know, but the irony in it all is that when you are dealing with people, you don't know what is in their what they have in their hand, you know. Some people are embracing you, but they already have a knife to stab you at the back. Some will greet you, but their thumb, as we see in some of the pictures, their thumb is a two fangs of a snake and all those things. But then the most important thing is you should never lose track. You should never be carried away. You should never lose focus. And this is what we are doing. From that time when they said, you people are going to join these people, we thought that we were going to manage it. After all, we will join together. The conversation continued, though it was tense. You know, you said we should go and join, but the problems are not or we are not we are not coming together as expected. Article 5 of Resolution 1608 stated that let the two parties go and sit with their colonial masters, let me put it this way, and they talk together and reach agreement on how both parties were going to stay. When all those things, we were still hoping, but conflict was already there. But we were still at the talking stage where if things had gone smoothly, both parties could have won, if we had sat down and drawn those agreements. You have your own copy, I have my own copy, and we go our separate ways. Then we go and see how we will start building the homeland that we have agreed to live together. So that was the number one stage in this conflict that we are seeing today. They did not sit together. They didn't. And when it got to the point where, bam, 31st of 30th of November, Union Jack, the British flag was coming down. Of course, Ambazonian flag could have been going up. Southern Cameroon's flag could have been going up. But what was that? Military were everywhere. That was where you see that this itchy fighting began. You were at a stage now of disagreement. The opposition was eminent. You now saw that these people did not come the way they were supposed to come. That time, I get people the way they be there for Buya that year, where they still say instead for for our prime minister that time, Joame motor carry go. Pangom Joame motor carry go. The motor spoil. The motor spoil. Who? Okay. Instead for carry for the motor will bring the wine man from the motor spoil. E no be fit carry power funcher go. I beg your pardon. I made mistake. E no be fit carry power funcher go. The motor spoil. They get to push am. Motor will carry one man bring am. The motor just can spoil. Whether na how they be do the motor, e no gree carry our power funcher go. So the next thing, military everywhere. The conflict then that way is start for our revolution, for our struggle. Ma give all the name them and so they don't start from stage one until we don't reach for the stage where we are seeking recognition. So fellow Ambazonians, if you get anything for this talk where the talk so today, the thing I say all my other mommy them, my patients them, my Vivian, my Flo, the mommy the way they used to come for here. Today work don't hold them. Work don't hold them. When I be see yesterday how we do excellent job for the because this month na October month for breast cancer for women. Na see the excellent job yesterday. So na still women department. Na the activities in that way we share am. Person will get time, you go this side, you do this one. You get this time, you go this side, you do this one. Horizon na women's department fixed program So um when all we really free na that time you see like we four people go dey for here, we go dey share the ideas. But for more no make am say we don leave mummy dem or our papa dem, because someone dem don text me dey say wetin dey happen. So na why I say horizon, una mummy dem with una aunty dem, una sister dem, the day nothing no dey happen, no shaking. You know say since COVID finish, so some of we dey sick, someone go sick also go come back, and then yes dey try for adjust also with work and all those things. But notwithstanding, we are staying the course until we reach Buea. Una see say some other stage wey e be reach for this conflict, for this our um restoration quest, na time wey you don can join, una don can join together. No be say una don even join, dey start dey still dey find small small way dem for bring am. We're looking for every means to say, okay, let's legitimize what and how we should be living together. You know, the fact that there is a ceremony like a marriage ceremony, that does not give room that that marriage is going to be harmonious, is going to be successful. Or if, God forbid, that if you have a child, there's no guarantee that that child must grow to old age, you know. So it's the same thing. But when you start with something manipulative, we all saw when they started even the plebiscite, you know, the plebiscite was even going to be for something that, okay, let the people of Southern Cameroons then let them vote to say, yes, we want to be with these people, we want to be with French Cameroon. But look at the foul game, the conflicting game. They already tried things that we are doing our best to put in place to reshape them and to put them back on track. They manipulated us during that plebiscite. Everyone voted. It wasn't right. They brought a conflict. Conflict was already there. So the war we are fighting today, you know, as Dag Hammer just said it, the UN Secretary of State, the Secretary General, UN Secretary General then for Africa, he came and said that what you people are doing to Southern Cameroons is like pressing a balloon in water. Pressing a balloon in water. And you know if you press bolo bolo no, you know if you press bolo bolo underwater, either you remain hold am sotey your hand itself go hot, or you go alas leave am. Or if you no wan, you go dey struggle for burst am. But you no go fit burst am because when water don touch am, aku. When water don touch am, e difficult for 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 um for burst am. So that is that time. Fake plebiscite, very very fake. That was a conflict in place. That one go still tell you say still there for stage number 2, where they were struggling with disagreement and everything. Okay. The next stage, we move to referendum. Referendum was we on yes. How on earth can you call the people to come and vote something we on yes? If this thing is not paining you as an Ambazonian, a bona fide child born in Ambazonia, if just by hearing this thing doesn't pain you, then there's something wrong with you. Because if your parents were being fooled and deceived and manipulated, I don't think you in this era should sit and fold your arms and think that what is ongoing does not concern you. E funny and e be very sad because I never see person wey dey go enter through e back door, dey kill e dog first, dey go, e no do no nothing. Dey kill e pussy, e no do no nothing. Dey enter, dey start kill e goat, e no do nothing. Dey kill e cow, dey kill all e things dem. Dey even den when dey don even when dey kill e pikin, e no even talk, e no nothing. Dey kill e mami, e no talk no nothing. Dey kill e papa, den you know say dat person problem, dat person really get problem. Dat person need help. Na the thing dat way if you be hear say your poor mami or your poor papa, because yes, come to think of it, not many people could read and write. We do not have the percentage of literate that we have today. It is not a curse, but it was just the way the things were at that time. Not every parent, not everyone had the opportunity. Yes. So for any of them, even the ones that were read, they could not even distinguish between we and yes, or did they not, and they refused to speak up. But then you are in a generation here now where everything there's you are certainly or probably in a land where they say freedom of speech, and you sit, you do not do anything, you think it is all fine. No, it is not. So the conflict we are facing today, it is not just, it is just the escalated stage of the conflict, which we are still going to talk about it. Because our parents, every generation lives its own part of the conflict. Because for you to have been at gunpoint and be given a ballot ticket to say we yes, even if you knew, what could you have done when it was only we and yes? What could you have done? That is the highest level of terrorism. That is the highest level of identity attack. That is the highest level of denial, refusal of a person's right of existence, because that is you that is being stolen right in front of you. And as history will have it, as God will have it, things are evolving. We all know, even right in the days of the Marquisas, when the real nationalists that were fighting, even for the independence of French Cameroon, all of them were killed. Some succeeded in running and coming to southern Cameroon and sought refuge, which today they are also part of the conflict because they have not become thorn in the flesh of the people who now um, hospitalize them. People who receive them with open arms, love and care. But today, they are the ones biting the finger that fed them. They suddenly forget history. They suddenly forget yesterday. Maybe because their parents did not tell them. But you too, what are you doing today that you are going to tell your own children tomorrow? That when the never again generation stood up, what was your position? What did you do? How responsible were you? How supportive were you? You know, this conflict, how conflicting is the Ambazonia recognition quest? It has been a very long time. So even when we get to stage three, no, let me say, still in stage two, non-violent action was still going on. People were still talking. People were hoping. That was why you saw in 1984, Godidika stood up and cried out and said, these people have finally changed their name back to La République du Cameroon as they were prior to independence or at independence. So he said, let's go back. Let's pack our bags. Coincidentally, that time, I was a small child. I was a child in Yaoundé that time. I've said this story severally here on this Horizon TV because sometimes when somebody is narrating something, first-hand narration, as a child, there are some experience that you had that you will never forget. I vividly recall this day on that 1984. I can't remember the day exactly, But I remember there in Melen when all most of the chiefs, let me just say that from Northwest, they came. There's late Dr. Fominki. He had a traditional medicine thing almost opposite Polytechnic. Then that day I saw people came with their atogo, this our traditional regalia. All man beware, most of them they come, they park their motor along that street. They park their motor, then they come. I came, I stood by the window. Everybody was saying, it don't start again, it don't start again, one can put we for trouble. Everybody was Bagojidinka did not come that time. He had not yet arrived. So when he arrived, everybody was like quiet because nobody really wanted to talk. So they asked him to say, why is he doing this? I heard him saying that there is nothing to shy away from. It is our responsibility. These people have manipulated us for so long. This is the time we have to go back. I was just listening and say, go back where? In my own time with my French francophone children friends in the area. When I will leave our home, we are going to school, we start playing on the way. Or when we won them, or I happen to have been winning most of the time, they will be angry and say les Anglo rentrez chez vous. I was always on the thinking that when they say rentrez chez vous, it was like you should go to your house. We don't want to play with you anymore. You can imagine 10 years, 11 years, they were already telling me Rante Chevu. Whereas I never knew that there was another Chevu or that Cheswa. I did not know. So you can imagine how painful it is for me to some of the reasons why you see some of us sitting here, because some of the things happened in front of us. Pagodidika told our people that day, I don't know who were they, but many of the men, especially, they came. Some women were amongst. I try for tell and say, these people, then they don't take back their name for their country. This is a proof. Proof say, time don't reach, may we go back for, yeah, for country. May we go back. So they were telling him, no, all this thing will bring confusion, it will bring problems. Some people stood up. I did not understand. So at that stage, we were still at a non-verbal stage where we were talking and trying to reconcile things. And where is Pat Godidinka today? Because he came out fighting for homeland, talking to his people. Had it been our people had just listened, maybe all this bloodshed could have, I don't know. Yeah, but that was, everything is a process. Okay, ASSC 1 came 1992. ACC 2 came. People were still thinking, okay, we could just talk. Let's continue non-verbally and trying to make our point clear, to let them know that we are still willing to talk, and let's talk it out and settle things. Power function at them at that time, in between, there was shuttling between the UN to go and ask them that this is not what you people promised us, and even that if it were, look at where we are today. So let's reconsider the position of Southern Cameroon. So that was where, this is how conflicting this our idea has come on this really long road. Okay, it starts getting worse when action starts taking place instead of word. That is the third stage, how a conflict gets to it evolves from one to the other. At the third stage, it tells you that I can no longer talk. Pressure. There is something now, it's common on TikTok. I don't know, many people have heard it, and it's common amongst the youth, where there's this Ghanaian lady that said the pressure is getting worse. It's not as if it's the best English, but then it is just a way to express what is on ground, how it is getting out of hand. And this is the stage where the conflicting level of our um, recognition quest. That was where, after Patasang and the rest, the teachers union have tried, even have left some out, even before people started fighting for the GC board, decentralization of the university before Boya University came to exist, Bamenda University, all these things. Those were It was still part of the conflict that Ambazonians have been fighting along the line. You people remember when the former minister of how do they call him, Concho Komini, he said, "He have you zero more. He have you zero more." And everybody knew that time in that Yaoundé conference that children were killed, mostly Ambazonian children, and were thrown into the Lac Central. But he said that Yahweh is a rumor, and many others were taken into and locked up. Where you have some of our people today who are denying the storyline and they call themselves frontline leaders. They were victims of that thing, of that incident when Concho Communist said Iyab is a rumor. Those were the times where our conflict, you know, it has not only been today. So when the Never Again generation said that we could no longer, talking is no longer helping. We have been talking for so long. Patasang, they have been writing letters to the teachers, to the ministers to say, please control this factor that you are sending in French teachers into English classes. Point of correction, till today some people are thinking that this our restoration quest, our recognition quest is a language issue. No, it is not a language issue. It has nothing to do with whether you are speaking French or you are speaking English. No, it has nothing to do. It has to do with the international structural political background as it was from the beginning, in the times, even as we hear that this our Black American daddy is saying that when the Europeans sat in Berlin in 1818 and they were dividing Africa, no African sat at that table. So those are some of the, even one talk. It does not only, it is so broad in such a way that if you want to analyze all, if you want the talk and all, maybe we know if we finish am, but we just take na only our Ambazonia own. So that meanwhile people they not sit down today begin talk say, oh, wait till they go on, why people they just dey disturb and all those things. People don't die. Why they not go leave and so I go better stay. No, the women's department there and most of the women the way they give their support for this topic, they talk say, yes, explain am fine, we support am because say um make everybody begin know. If you be person wey you never yet locate even your LGA or your county for begin to do the right thing for day, know say problem still dey. That mean say you be part of the conflict, but I go still can't reach for that one because I go get to use the diplomacy and the military and the humanitarian and all those major aspects for our quest to highlight this conflicting idea of the Ambazonian struggle. So when you see where our people be decide for carry their guns, after that day wey Paatasan, um, um, Barrister Bobga Harmony, Barrister Nkomo and all of them, trade union leaders and consortium leaders, they came together. Anyway, they were invited by the governor, Okukala Bilai, to come and let them talk. Because the background, things were already getting worse. Forgive my English, it's not me. Oh. I know that things get worse. Yeah. So the pressure was already too much. They decided to call them. That day at Ayaba Hotel in Bamenda, when it did not sit well with them, they decided to do away with some of these people. That's why you see they are now scattered all over. Either one is in prison, some are in prison, some are on exile, some have been compromised. This is the conflicting part that is in the whole matter. How conflicting is the Ambazonian uh, recognition quest. At every stage, either you remain faithful and you are moving at the right track to get to Boya, or you get confused, you start eating with your slave master, you start eating with your enemy, you start eating with the person that is raping your sisters, eating with that person that has raped even your mother. Because in the African culture, even if it is an auntie that is raped, is your mother, it's even your wife. If you think that it's not your wife that has been spread, know that even it is you, it is your own. Yes, because we have the spirit of Ubuntu, and there's no way you can go away from it, because the day that enemy you are celebrating will come looking for you, it will be like a rushing wind. You will not be able to resist. Even the hurricane in America even has pity, but they will come for you. There will be no hiding place. So that is why we are saying that even if as conflicting as this our recognition quest is, there is every room for everybody to find a place so that at the end of the day, you will make it on the right side. Yes, that is why you see, after they failed to convince our people with bags of money, some people kept their integrity. You know, integrity is not sold in the market. Either you have it or you do not have it. Before you go somewhere to come out with any message to give to anybody, you should weigh that message if it is in accordance with what this our quest stands for. If you think you are going to talk on your own, you are going astray. If you come with any conflicting idea, know that people will put you under the bus. If you are just fortunate, if you were by error, God will forgive you and the smoke will blow away. But if you were for a complete compromise, we will still come to that. Our boys' action in the level of conflict, stage 3, it decides to take place, and there's nothing anybody can do about it because communications are broken off without results. You see, communication gets broken. In this, even in our case, sometimes this conflict resolution, things happen in between that you cannot not only say this is completely stage 1, this is completely stage 2, because it gets to a time where even in the midst of it all, conversation, people still hope that with some understanding, um, communication is still necessary, and we still create room for communication even when action is taking place. That is why we saw that even in the midst of, after La Republique has done their carnage, started their targeted killing, imprisoned our boys and girls, sent our parents and young children on exile as refugees scattered all over the world. And then those that were at home said, no, if we did not know that this was what you were planning against us, we are now better informed. We are taking our homeland. So we take our homeland back. That's why when the pikin dem be turn see am say dem don kill their mommy, they kill their aunty, they kill their brother, even the one for wheelchair, they kill am. When they see say they behead Sam Sawyer live, they show am for video. People say no, we no go sit down quiet again. E don too much. What is this? Wetin be this one sef? That's why they said we decide to defend our homeland. That means true, we will not be the same people. Because if we be really the same people, maybe enough will be like this. Then in the cost of it all, we never ever hear say stray bullet pass pick some person wey na 11 province. We never see am. We never even see am say dem make mistake, even catch someone sef. Yes, as history we have it, the 3 boys wey dem be catch dem for Bakure town for Boya, dey carry dem dey go that side for Ekunalelu for go yeah, for go kill dem. When they reach for there, the one of the boys dey talk French, dey talk say their mommy na their papa na Frenchman, so they kill the other two, they leave that one. So if person no know that part of that story, me know say the thing be don be na targeted killing since. That one be happen, I think 2017. Yes, where they be drag those three boys and for sandpit, for Bakwe town, not sandpit, Bakwe town for Boya. They carry them, they go kill them for that side for Ikonalelu. So now that one be come back and tell a story. Only God knows how we eat it today. So for any person wey she don dey talk say, oh, this conflict e no concern me, may know say that time wey Paul Biya SSF be open im mouth talk say on va tout faire pour éradiquer n'importe quoi, n'importe qui dérange la paix. So if somebody tell you that I'll do everything possible on that day and the next day you see military dey flop for una front door, na the warder, na the everything that way he wan do. You know why you say I'll do everything in my powers to save you, I'll do everything in my powers to do this. So you know say anything means anything. So now the anything that we will see am today, which means communication has gone out of hand. Everybody says I can no longer listen to you. Okay, you do me, I do you. That is why you see the thing now go to the place of you do me, I do me. You do me, I do you. So and na for here where it be conflicting because some people they say no, I no wan for shed me blood, I be Christian. Make una go read una Revelations 12. In heaven there was war, and angel Michael and other angels fought and they pushed down the dragon. They fought. So one dragon now na wetin? Na La Republic, na the enemy wey don occupy our land. So no talk say I be Christian. Bible say na lie. For Bible, war be David dey fight war, Gideon dey fight war. Who dey not fight war? Go read your Bible from Numbers. You go see say war be the be all the time. Even for Revelation, war still dey. So you know talk say I be Christian. Okay, if you no wan do you war, people dem dey wey dem no dey house again, dem don burn their houses. Most of dem dey, dem don scatter. But as God will have it, they have where they are putting their heads. And there are people who are already working with them and bringing, and that is what we call and say humanitarian aid. Help the poor, help the needy. In order for Bible, you be Christian. Jesus said, behold, when you feed one of these, you have fed me. That day when I will come, I'll ask. You will be asking me, when did I feed you? When did you come that I did not give you food? He said, any of these little ones, if you feed the prisoners, the orphans, the widows, the wounded, the sick, the prisoners, all those, you have fed me. Because Jesus knows that in the time of crisis, there are people in need. So if you carry a Bible, the thoughts I be Christian and no go take care, me know say that day they go ask you, say, when there was war in Ambazonia, did you feed the orphans? Did you feed the refugees? Did you feed the prisoners? Did you visit them? Did you call them? Did you comfort them? At that time, you will say, when I was fasting and prayers, they say faith without works is dead. So if you fast today till tomorrow, pray today till tomorrow. When they say let's help our refugees, you say I know them for that one thing. No be me I say more na fight war. Oh yeah, you're on your own. Anyway, man, on a partner, some of the conflict then, and that way the day, how conflicting is the Ambazonia recognition quest. So some people themselves they get conflict with themselves inside a legitimate cause like this one. Whether you be Christian or no say war be there for heaven, they fight, they drive the dragon. God still talk say help the needy, help the poor, help the sick, help the refugees, the prisoners, the widows, and the orphans. Are you doing it? You be Christian. Not read their Bible upside down, no. Put am straight, dey read am. If you no dey read am, you hear the two dey talk. If you be pastor, Bible say make una no stand mute in front of injustice because that one go make you an accomplice. They say better die for the right things than for stand in the face of injustice and think that you will go and pray. God is a merciful God. He is going to forgive you. Na lie. He can be merciful, but you may miss your place. Some people say my salvation is sure. Na lie. Na lie. If you miss the mark, if you miss the will of God for your life, if you miss your purpose, you can do 99,999 things. That one thing, that purpose wey God be call you will be na your own assignment. If you refuse to fulfill it, know say you don miss am. Yes. And if you are doing it, do it diligently, without murmuring, without complaint. Yes, face it. So all una dey wear cassocks. All the color cassock, there are no one call their name them. I will put another in groups. All man wey dey wear cassock, dey carry Bible, dey talk say in the name of Jesus. Whether you dey call na your own Jesus for back o, but na the one wey people dey see am for front, na im we dey believe say you, na im wey dey talk say you are man of God, because no man no know side wey you belong. People go trust you for wetin wey you tell them say you be. So that is why we go talk say all of you men and women in castle, wey una dey for Ambazonia, say una get church. If una never start talk about this matter, I know say plenty dey don dey talk. We dey see Reverend Father dem, we dey see some dem dey talk, but you get to join your fellow brothers if you never start talk. Join your fellow folk, because Bible say judgment will begin in the house of God o. That is where the judgment will begin. That's where it's going to begin. I beg you, my pardon. So how conflicting is this our Ambazonian quest? Don't take offense. Find your quarter, walk there accordingly, according to your calling. I don help small, maybe you no be don remember the Bible part dem. As you hear me, begin to think how you wan take help. Even for your church, maybe you already get people dem wey na IDPs dem, wey dem don come for the side wey your church dey help dem. Because why dem no go for another church, dem only come na for you, and help dem both spiritually and physically. Strengthen them with Bible verses and prayers. Receive them with smile, not see them as a burden wey dem wan come take small offering wey dem don give you, because that is your responsibility at that time. You are the light in their life that God has given them, directed them to you. So you open your hands and welcome them. So the other men in cassocks wey dem dey go around dey try for preach peace, wey dey never bring justice, una dey miss the mark. Una dey cause conflict. Na the conflicting aspect that way una too dey create am inside the whole of this our Ambazonian quest. Because you cannot go, you know say church na for dey wey most people dem don go gather, and na for dey devil too dey, because you know say you go see gullible people dem wey dey there, wey when e go transform himself into an angel, but wey im mission dey na a destructive one. People dem no go too discover anything wey e go talk na im dem dey do am. You should know that you cannot go out there and be preaching peace when you have not sought for justice, because there can never be peace. Because if you take my piece of cake, hungry dey do me, you hold am for your hand, I dey cry say give me my cake, give me my cake, and you refuse to give me, then the next thing I wan do, I wan see you smash the cake for down, and then you smash it again with your leg and press it inside the mud, and then I continue to cry. Then after you be telling me that no, don't cry, leave it like that, no, don't cry. No, you cannot tell me no, don't cry. You have to give me bag my cake. You have to find a cake and give me, bring justice into the thing. If I cannot give me cake, give me my money that I want and buy my cake because I'm hungry. You cannot tell me with an empty stomach now where no crying or just live and so may we be back friend. E hard. It's difficult. So now one at the worker say, oh, may Ambazonia just talk peace, may they just una dey waste una time. Because people that belle dey bite, a hungry man is an angry man. Person wey dem don burn im house, person wey dem don kill im mama, kill im papa, kill im neighbor is an angry man. He can never be satisfied. What he say, well, no matter what you will say, that person will take it from you. Lie lie. No matter what you are going to say, that person will not take it from you. Yes. He will not even take contribution sef go even feel whole person for this kind thing because say you take person thing when dem dey shout you say just leave am no talk, just leave am na peace, make we just make peace. For how long? Na the conflicting thing dis way dey inside the whole matter, my brothers and my sisters. Una hear? Yes. So when this our Ambazonia recognition quest, how the conflict dey inside the whole thing, make I fast forward small, come for our present dispensation. The fact na say I go still talk word of God o, I go still quote Bible. Some people say we no wan hear Bible, but any literature book wey you dey read am today, dey gain inspiration na from Bible dey write am. Any scientific book wey you read am today, na inspiration na for Bible. When dey say God made heaven and the earth, He made the sun. Na for there you go go dey study say how the heat for sun, how sun dey affect growth, all those things. If God no be create sun, science no be for go talk say photosynthesis, you need water, sunlight and this. So there is nothing wey you fit talk say you go do am without Bible. Even electricity for your house na through sunlight wey you start dey think say how you fit do create another fake thing wey go give you light like that natural one. So na for there the inspiration comot. That one I wan talk say no be everybody wey say dey call Jesus say Jesus na Him dey do Him will and na Him be He dey follow the will of God o. Na so the word of God talk. No vex. Una no vex say I dey overcall the word of God because na for there all things for this ground na for there e comot. Read am fine, you go see am. So no be every person wey dey call im name say Ambazonia na Him dey go Ambazonia o. Una go be careful o. No be everybody, it's not everyone that says, oh, I'm going, is calling the name Ambazonia, is going to Ambazonia. Because many people think that, some people will say many roads lead to Rome or what. Na lie. If you swim, you go drown. This time, if you wan go take highway for land for Italy, only the sea guard go burst that canoe wey dey carry people dem come. Na dem go first burst am, una go float, drown inside water. So no be all road dey lead. You must get visa. You go fly, you go come land. If dem be don dey do am before, e be dey succeed. Dey say, behold, all things have passed away, everything has become new. Everything has become new. So even the way dem be dey use we for Ambazonia dey deceive we dey go, people dey no be know. All things have become new. There is no way you can deceive even a 10-year child. We all saw it on the 1st of October, how they were singing our anthem and marching and parading. I started off by saying that somebody who is oppressed, you cannot continually oppress an oppressed person that has overcome fear, that is no longer afraid. So my brothers and sisters, we get a long list of people dem wey dey claim say dem dey call the name of Ambazonia. That is part of the conflict that is in the quest of it. That they call the name of Ambazonia. That they need to carry una go Ambazonia. I wish una be follow on Wednesday the program for partners in Ochiba with World Child and Director Padi. Una for hear plenty thing dem for there. Plenty so. Okay, for this second part of this conflicting ideas, how conflicting is the Ambazonia recognition quest. I no be military person o, I no dey for defence, but you know say if you don stay long for some place, you go start begin dey understand how the thing dey function, and from the one wey you go dey hear small small, you go fit talk put, you'll be able to contribute, you'll be able to say something in that light, and that is just what I want to do. I'm not an expert, but sometimes I sit in defense meetings and I listen to, but the one that really caught me is President Sarko's audio that he put out there. He put some fine audio for out there where he did tell our pikin them way, our brothers and our sisters them way, they don't decide for draft with their lives for defend homeland. The talk dey na say, make you no go fall for wrong side. Make you no fall for wrong side. Because you know the fight na for somebody. You know the work boy boy. Don't make yourself boy boy for somebody. Make yourself say you connect to the direct to the pipe, to the source. Make sure say you dey fight na for homeland. No make yourself say you go start begin dey fight because of person say make you fight, then later e go dey give you money and all those things. My brother, President Sarkozy audio talk say you go dey dig na your own grave. Because military dey fight for a nation. You dey fight na for a nation, you no dey fight for some big brother or for some papa or for something. Because military will always be there. Military will always be there to defend the country. Na una dey defend country, na una dey hold the defend the integrity of the country. If when Ambazonia go come, una go dey military. When Ambazonia go don be a nation, una go still be military. You go die in your service as a military person. We pray say make God keep all of una alive, make this journey cut short, so that may una enjoy the benefit of being soldiers in a sovereign, completely sovereign nation. Wey una go see how if una pass on, maybe in battle or thereafter, like as they do for America, they go shoot gun for una head. They go fold flag on una behalf. They go get am for una mommy or for una papa or for una pikin dem. And then una pikin dem name, they go enter for social register where e go tell, where e go make am, where they go benefit their own benefits. Yes. Yes. And some of the picture dem that of Ambazonian people. See as una stand for defend homeland. Una stand. You see. Yes. So as I dey talk, most of our people na the Ambazonia this. You see, La Republique, they dey boldly wear their own military uniform. They dey parade our territory. Okay, so that pictures then, you know, the intercept. I don't know whether na accidentally or na planned act, but you know, for the
Boy Records.
Welcome to me. Aya, na 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 na, yeah, yeah.
Magical Hakim on the beats.
Nakamediva na na na. Oh, bongo mbozeo, boshe mbozeo, bonge mbozeo, bumbu biri etando. Bongo mbozeo, boshe mbozeo, bameta mbozeo. Let's dance to this marina. Jaule, jaule, jaule. Ay 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 ay. 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 There's a song in my heart that I want to sing it out to you. Ay, ay, ay. Why the fight and the pain and the hate you're inflicting on your brother? Ay, ay. Lesson no to tribalism, nepotism. Lesson no to bad energy and embrace some love. To the clock, to the one, let us live in harmony. Bongo mbozeo, boshe mbozeo, bonge mbozeo, bumbu biri etando. Bongo mbozeo, boshe mbozeo, bameta mbozeo. Let's dance to this marina. Jaule, jaule, jaule. Ay, 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 ay. Jaule, jaule, jaule. Jaule, jaule, jaule. Ay, 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 ay. Jaule, jaule, jaule. Together we will make it better for the land and try to right the wrongs that were caused in the land. Lesson no to tribalism, nepotism. Lesson no to bad energy and embrace some love. To the clock, to the wall, let us live in harmony. Love, 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 love is all we need.
Magical Hakim on the beats.
Love, 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 love is all we need. Bongo mbozeo, boshe mbozeo, bonge mbozeo, bumbu biri etando. Bongo mbozeo, boshe mbozeo, bameta mbozeo. Dance to this marina. Jaule, jaule, jaule. Jaule, jaule, jaule. Jaule, jaule, jaule. Jaule, jaule, jaule.
Some Boy Records.
Welcome to me.
well done, well done, well done, well done, well done, technical crew, well done. You know, people of Ambazonia, when this our ABC TV started, I know of one brother who told me, "Oh God, should we say, even though our people are dying, for once, the people of Southern Cameroon, the people of Ambazonia, are close to home. For how long?" You remember in those days when they say tam tam weekend or whatsoever, before they will even play one music, one song, one lyric that is from Ambazonian land, ah, you will be happy the whole that week that at least they played something. You know, People were taught to dance Bikusi, people were taught to dance Makosa, Asiko, all those things. And many people can dance them so well. Many Ambazonians can so dance them. Until somebody like Chana Pierre in those days came and was singing his own, and then they too started singing, and there was nothing that was even played that came from Southern Zone. My brothers and sisters, if it is only by you being able to receive at your in your living room through your mobile phone or your laptop or your television set your own language, your music, your culture, your tradition, isn't it something? No be nothing we even get to glad say where so tey the year that they sing ride my country wey dey like for the place wey dem be say na bush dem wey no man no fit ever go there. But Ambazonian struggle, Ambazonian restoration quest, Ambazonia recognition quest, e don bring my own country song right for my doorstep. If na only that one, why you no go just contribute for support this till we go home? Why keep fighting yourself? Una know say all this group of people the way that you try for go sell we back for this one enemy, which is part of the conflict that we have in this thing. Many people that the amount wey dem dey gather themselves for go sell we back, una know say no even reach the number wey never even join the struggle. So if una, the people wey never even start dey do humanitarian aid, even the draft or dey pay their AID, if only half of una decide say today because of the music wey I dey even hear, because there's no county music wey dem never play am from Donga Mantung to Boyo to Bui to Ngokitunja to Mezam to Menchum to Manyu to Momo to Mezam to Ndian to Kupe Maniguba to Fako to Meme. There is no music wey ABC never play am. Even when you wan go sef, you go fit share am into LGAs. Our pikin dem wey na upcoming stars wey no man no go ever play their music anywhere, but una dey see dem for here, dem dey grow, dem dey calm, una dey sponsor dem. Why una no just go support make we get even our own culture, our socio-cultural background on our own, make we sponsor am for make e grow out? Because if you refuse to let that which was handed over to you to perish, know say you are part of the conflict in this recognition quest. That one na for general public. I don talk the one dem for our pikin dem wey dey carry stick. I don make allusion to way President Sako talk. Na una dey fight for the nation, no make yourself boy boy. And for our pikin dem wey dey for DDR wey dem don full una, don go keep una. I see some video, una dey cry say dem never give una chop. Una dey hungry, nothing una no do. Dem don just full una, una don just become pap. I bin just dey talk with somebody say, wetin wey I dey fear for this life, because for 1984 or na which type coup d'etat be dey? 1982 I bin still dey Yaounde small pikin. Yeah, 1984. Paul Biya came for 82, 1984. That April 6, 1984, coup d'etat be dey o for that very Yaounde. And all that Republican guards dem, all of them, wey the one wey dem bin don succeed for deceive dem, say dem no go do una nothing, dem go take una. Wetin dem do? Dem lock dem inside somewhere. Let me tell you people something. Make I tell una something. That time we dey still dey play along the road there wey we don close school for Mele, we dey wan pass the go wey we go for our houses. We go see this pickup, e go carry these people dem. Na so they don emaciate, they don dry some of them, they don just lean, they don lose weight, they don emaciate. Some of them, they be just remain now with their short pants, their underpants. Some no be even dey get pants sef. If they be catch you that day wey you no be get underpants, that was it for you. They used to carry that people them, carry them for that pickup back, go that side for Machemelen, go for back that side for there, for back. You know, as a child, we no fit imagine wetin wey be dey happen, but me, I be dey always ask am for my mind say, this motor dey carry people dem go, the motor dem dey come back empty. Usa dem don go keep the people dem. And then most times when we be dey go buy for Machimele, I go see how they be dey dig for down there. Una know wetin I wan just talk. And now I don big so. And we dey for the our Ambazonia thing. I dey pity o, I dey pray every day. Now wey dem no dey give our pikin dem chop for DDR, they don render them potato. Who even know the kind of chop wey dem dey kind dey give them, if na slowly, slowly. Una know wetin I mean. It is sad. Na why that way una wey una still dey strong, una dey outside and get the liberty for say una interim government, as e dey do draft, so dey send am for una for una LGA dem, because na una LGA dem dey give una those things. Abeg, make una stay for the straight line, at least to stay alive. Because una see am una sef, conflict don be amongst people dem wey dem don hold stick, and then they finally decide for say they wan cross carpet. Una see am say dem no cross the water, water carry dem go. Una know wetin I mean. They were swept off. The flood came. I've said it before here that if you are not careful, the flood will come like a rushing wind. It will just flood and carry you. You will not even know where it was coming from for you to take guard. Bible says those who think that they stand, take heed lest you fall. Because most of our, I see for 1st October, vibrant young men, very enthusiastic, full of power and force to say we are there for homeland. Papa dem are the beg una, my small brother dem, my big brother, the way they dey inside. I hope say una no dey do am so na for the wrong purpose. May it not be say una dey follow na some wrong person wey after una go don do all this one, they go carry una go land una inside Yaoundé. And when they land una back inside Yaoundé, na pickup go carry una. This time, that side for Melendo over open, they go carry una go na for some side for beyond. As wey some, we don see some video dem where they dey show how they dey just go drop am for there. Abeg una, make una stay under a government. Government, the government for Pa Gomjoa, na ye, make una stay under. We know say plenty conflicting things that everybody don comot with your own confused ideas. Someone dey say this, someone dey say that. My brother, if una take the statistics, una go see say everybody wey deviate, e die. Everybody wey derail, e die. A dog die, wey dey say e die like fowl. But una see even die wey small foot soldier wey dey kill in battle, e fellow soldiers dem dey take it, dem dey do a humble burial for it. But even the mighty wey dem be say they stand, they get name, most of them dey today. You only hear say they fall, you see them. How they end up. Please, President Sako don beg una, me too I dey use mami voice. I dey beg una for say, that thing wey una dey do am so, make una do am under una government for defend homeland. Do am for defend homeland. No wear dat fine uniform, carry dat armoury the way you be carry am so, only for pre ten d because na some person don come give you, den after e go take am, e go turn, e go kill you on top. My brother dem we need una. Plenty mago-mago, nyama-nyama, conflicting demonic pipu dem don over fall inside dis our thing for make am say na we get problem. We no get no problem, na dem dey get problem. Because you wey you deny, dey say fowl wey no hear shh, if e hear na bam. Una fit call dem commando, dem dey call their name Ivo. I don hear some other audio dem dey talk how wey Ivo im pikin make audio dey beg say make whosoever, make Ayabacho make e help you, make e help you. Ayabacho is an individual, I cannot help you. But if you put your statistics right, you go ask some of us, we will tell you how many of some people that are registered. If your name dey for book, there's no way they will not help. When the worst comes to the worst, at least their LGA will do something for your pikin and for your wives. At least e go do something. If you no do am, your county go do am. If you no do am, the fund wey dey go for president's basket, e go do something. And make I just correct some other one thing for here. I hear some audio wey some other person make am say, if person wan take money, make e better just talk say make dem do im money like how wey dem dey do am for Sako, dem dey do am for draft, dey say President Sako's basket. Abeg, make I tell una something about dis. Make another conflicting idea no comot again, because na part of the conflict dem that way dey dey for dis thing. Dat thing wey dem call am for draft say presidential basket, today sef ethics commission for ethics of an emerging nation assure say Nijo Ama Arindo go still explain am for una for dey fine. But make I tell una now so, make I talk am make una hear. Dat thing wey dem call am say president's basket, dat other time, I say all things have become new. Now dem dey call dat basket sef na stabilization basket, because the whole knowledge, the whole understanding wey be dey for the thing, pipu dem dey say see the money wey dem dey take am, dem go raise money, dem dey give am for President Sako for draft time instead for draft for pipu dem. Na time wey we try for say okay stabilization basket, because when county wey dey fight like how we know our Buin, Ngokitunja or Manu, dis one dem dey fight, dem dey show something. Fako, dem dey come up, dem dey bring something. When they need and they call president, na for dat basket president dey go take am. Make some person no sit down begin say because dem say president's basket, e mean say dat money wey dem dey raise am, dem dey give am na for president. No, president dem dey give dat money dey go for president, e dey for say dem call am president, e dey for some place wey when some fighting strong county talk say we don see something, we need am, we need dis emergency, we need dis thing now now, we get dis down for down, na for there dem go enter, dey take am. E no dey go for president Sako, abeg una. Dat brother wey bin make dat audio, whosoever be forward dat audio for a forum, for the forum wey I be here, make una take dis one try for correct it today. Because na some of the conflicting deceptive ideas and dat like how dem bin tell we and yes dat day, pipu dey confuse, dem no know wetin for do. Na so some pipu dem wey dem no wan be under the government, dey continue dey create confusion and dey being misinformed, na so dem go dey make statement wey go dey mislead una. So make all man hear am today. Even me dey wey dem bin dey do draft for my county, for my LGA, some pipu dem dey pledge, say some pipu dey say okay I go give $50 for Mara share, I give $100, I give $500, I give dis for Mara share. E come na for my pocket? No, e no come na for my pocket. E go na for my LGA. Pipu just acknowledge the work wey I dey do, as why I be appeal to pipu dem say if you dey like dis horizon, begin dey bring some small thing help, support me, call my name say for dat good work wey you dey do. So na the same thing wey we dey see the good work wey President Sako dey do, na im we say stabilization basket so that when people go call it to the president, it will go take am for the answer the call. You know, go begin the talk say, oh, for side, I go. That is the meaning of that, my brothers. Make person not give una. So you see how conflicting this our restoration quest dey. E no only dey na say na republic dey kill we, but the conflict, the ideas dem wey people dem no understand something dem, dey continue to talk am by their own way wey dem no understand the real thing. They do not have an understanding of what is all about what, you know, but they go about making half, you know, half telling half tales, which is not good. Yes, so that one na one for una military people dem. Una hear no, abeg my brother dem, una make una be for una government, make una dey for una county and una LGA. I dey talk for Fako dem, I dey talk for Lebi Alem, I dey talk for Manu, I dey talk for Boy, I talk for Ngokitunja, I dey talk for Momo, I dey talk for Boyo, for Menchum, for Donkamantung, for Ndian, for Meme, for Kupe Maniguba, all of you wey you don pick stick say you wan defend homeland. My brother, defend am so that even if you fall na for the right cause. But may not be say na because say they be call you say can't go take money for some place, you comot you wan go, they go knack your head for some place. And because your corpse they no go sell, because they no go bring am. I beg you. Another thing I wan talk about na, ma just talk about the draft. Last April, because the ideas dey conflicting small, yeah. Because some people dey say draft. Yes, for last APP meeting, that is Ambazonian Peace Plan Town Hall meeting, where all Ambazonia, all man, you are invited. E just dey say Saturday, maybe where people dem for home from before really life will come, but data issue. You know, they no fit really dey make am that long. But ma just talk this one part for draft. I remember for the last one wey we hold am last week, one sister come there, he can make a very some statement wey e funny. A call for concern and a call for eye opening. He say some of them, man no put am for E1 because they plenty. That statement wey make am so, e make am on behalf of that people wey dey fall under that category, right? There are some people under that category who says or who say, I will not draft now. I no go draft now. I go wait until we don go reach, until Ambazonia homeland don be realized, until we don be recognized, we don dey go home. Na that time they go start pay draft. My sister, the good thing for them na say you recognize say e good for fight for homeland, e good for pay for homeland. That is the good thing. If you are in this category, or your sister or your brother, your auntie, they tell you say, I go start paying na when Ambazonia, tell your sister say, fine, you know say homeland, Ambazonia is a nation. It's a complete nation that had its independence. It was promulgated 21st of April 1961 and to go effective on the 1st of October. That was the date for Ambazonia's independence. Thank God say that sister recognized and that brother recognized and so say people that they fight for gain their homeland. But the thing where they war for inside for now for say it go only start the pay now when the homeland don't come. You don't be for that case where they say dead on arrival. Before you want rush the patient to the hospital, the patient will already die before you want bring am. Okay, my question again na say, what if the soldiers, the way foot soldiers, the way they dey for down, they talk say, we no go fight, we go wait till Ambazonia come. Na how you plan for do am? You know see say na because of the firepower wey dey down, na im dey make am pipu dey dey even know say something is going on. And because of the attack wey La Republic don dey attack us, e don burn our houses, do every kind thing, destroyed our villages, created an atmosphere of earth-scorch policy already categorized. If no be say Red Cross and the rest, they don't want to elevate the status of what is ongoing in Ambazonia, our story for dey different. Dat one na another conflicting part that we are not sure how I fit exhaust am today. But then, ma remain in-house first. You talk your own say, you go do am after. What if the pikin dem, they refuse not to carry, they no defend homeland? Then La Republic don invade, don occupy, e don annex, e don take over. Then refugee they don go, everybody dey on exile, people they don in prison, nobody to fight and save them. Who say you go take your money go give am that time? Make hay while the sun shines. Na now, my dear sisters and brothers, na now. I dey talk so for myself, talk so for people for all the LGA, including my own LGA and counties. Everybody, every Ambazonia, it is your duty, really, your historic and patriotic right to stand up. Una dey fight say, una dey cry say people that dey go line up dey support Zelensky for Ukraine, and then they no dey come for can look the two wey dey happen for una. Una know why? I know say you get the answer, because you never join. You never join. But notwithstanding, the handful wey dey dey do the thing. We are going, we are focused, we are staying the course till we reach Boya. But it is an appeal for every Ambazonia. Stop conflicting yourself. Stop making an existing conflict to look more complicated. Because everyone's participation is required here. Long ago, I be here say when some people came to United Nations, they told them that if your MPs will just vacate the parliament in Guakele, Guakele is still there now, yes, in Yaoundé, then we will know. We don't beg that one, then so say me they come. They no one gree come. I be dey talk with some mommy, the mommy tell me say, my pikin, I don see am say, no be the people wey declare war, na dem dey even fight again. Na the people wey don go build houses, build churches and everything for Yaoundé and for Douala and for all that side dem. Na dem dey think say if dem leave am, when Ambazonia go come, how una go dey enjoy Ambazonia, then dem no fit come for enjoy the Ambazonia. That is another conflicting thing. It's a pity. Come home. You wey don build house for Yaoundé, build mansion, you get plot for your village. You go still build your own house for there. Because the resources they go dey, the means they go be, and you go live freely and happily. To be candid. Because e funny, we dey hear now say Ambazonia they go buy house. 70, they go buy plot 70 kilometers out of Yaoundé. And if you look for, man just say Bamenda, let me just say Bamenda, to go even to Nkambe, to go to Ndonga to go to Momo, to go to Manyu, to go to all of those places, I don't think say it reach even 200 kilometers for one person for comot for that Bamenda Central go for their village. But una don live una own place where it is already in the center of it all. They go for some different person inside, go into their interior, go dey give them money for day. Una no see say una dey conflict una self by una self. This one na just some awareness. If you get some your money, Ambazonia go come o. Find the place where you go give that money so that you go erect a mansion for that place. Because when that day go come, God forbid, I no wan talk am. Because some talk dey say even my enemy I no wish you that kind thing. They talk less of if we think of wetin wey go happen for person, a brother or a sister, how e go be. We pray say may e not be the way wey dem sef dem dey plan am for themselves. Because far away no hear shh, e dey hear na gbam. So my brothers and sisters, fellow Ambazonians, we have come too far to turn back. If you know the draft, no wait till you go reach Ambazonia before you start draft. Na now we need the support. Na now you go show yourself say I am willing to stand. No matter what, I will stand with the righteous. I will stand for justice. You no go wait say until you don finish before I go come. That is, God is a good God, because when He wan make something, when make something happen, He go just give that idea to somebody. So that sister wey we can openly talk that idea so now, because He wan create awareness. And na this awareness wey we dey beg everybody wey dey under that category. If you know you are under that such a category, to say I'm waiting until the day Ambazonia is going to be born, until it will be realized, that is when I will start giving my own money. We don't know the law that will be enacted at that time, and people will start saying that why are they taxing not so high? Why is it like this, like this? Please, let's make hay while the sun shine. And for diplomacy, ma just talk some more, and not be diplomat o. But I see am the other day for I do research. I can't see am say they talk say everybody fit do diplomacy. Now I start wonder say how they go do talk say everybody still fit do diplomacy. Now I just remember say for we wey dey for diaspora here, maybe you have an opportunity to just meet in a train or in a bus with the prime minister of your country, and then he decides to ask you a question, and you have the opportunity to talk about Ambazonia. What are you going to say? What ties are you going to create? What relationship are you going to start building? You have to sit up and be ready at all times, like a soldier or like a firefighter, because it can come your way anytime, and you don't know from that step what you will say, whether it's in a lift, maybe 60 seconds lift without opportunity to be in a elevator. Ma call am for na American woman here. I dey talk na German now. For elevator, then you need to talk smart. Wetin you go tell that person concerning Ambazonia, and where e go warrant me to say I would like to take my card and call my office. Now when you don't call the office, now when you don't pick that card, now you know the quarters to call. So you are a diplomat. You be ripe enough for create the link. Then expertise will start to come in. Now she don't say, now the thing that with me and one senior comrade with the talk yesterday, he said places are too quiet. COVID is over. We have been talking to ourselves for too long. This is the time where we should start coming out in our various countries. This is the time we should start coming out. If you are too few, let me say the countries, Germany, Austria, Italy, and France, we can decide to do something quick, one weekend. All of these countries, if you leave on Friday evening, by Saturday morning, you are in that place where you people want to do the thing. And if you want to drive back, you will start driving back. You will get back on Sunday night. These are some of the sacrifices that we can do and make noise, because you are a diplomat. You don't sit quiet when your house is on fire. Because if we don't do like this, conflicting people will go and start giving false news. Una see I say they don't go to gather themselves for Canada. Plenty people they don't ask me say, now wetin dem dey go do for Canada? Let me say Swiss talk don end so. Let me say na Canada don take over. President Sako don write am. Dr. Mungwa, our Secretary of State, our president, they don write am. Our vice president, all of them, they don make statement about this issue. Then I just paraphrase my own small for here, where I fit talk am and where I know. Swiss talk end. E no mean na say Ambazonia restoration quest don end. La République decide for comot for Swiss talk. Na im name don go for record say na im comot. No be Ambazonia comot. You know say when God wan destroy person, e go only dey make the person make e commit na only mistake. He will just be causing you, you will be doing errors in your life that it will be counted against you. So that is the thing that is there when it comes to this point. Swiss talk end. E no mean na say na our quest don end. They say dem dey go Canada. Okay, show me book. Show me the book where as well Swiss talk, all man be know, America be know, Germany be know, Belgium be know, Austria be know, all man UK they don't endorse us. Okay, even United Nations sef even talk am. Even America sign plenty treaty dem wey e show say they endorse and say make dem go dey talk. This one they just comot dey say they go Canada, carry some that people the way they dey waka confuse women. Na dem name dey for this, my brothers and sisters. Na dem dey go say they dey go for that Canada. According to La République, as e don pull out for Swiss talk, so people their skin go broke, their skin go weak, we go confused. Na lie! We are coming out strong. Coming out strong. Because you cannot take away that which you cannot pull the leopard spot. No day. Even if you kill it, you pour hot water, you see the spots are still there. You cannot take away the spot of a leopard. The people of Ambazonia, the children of Ambazonia have said they are the never again generation. There is no amount of manipulation that you will gather yourself together and you go to say a thing. The Lord says it shall not stand. So, as it not be stand for AMPC, it not be stand for SCSC or whatsoever, as it not be stand for CDN, as it never ever stand, even the monologue wey be take place for your own day, na so e no go stand. They go still spend some money, they go still go. The blood of Ambazonia pikin, they no go ever leave, no go sit down quiet. There is no contrary gathering against the sovereignty of Ambazonia that shall stand in anywhere, quote it anywhere. It shall not stand. Make una gather fine. And for una dey follow all these people dem. When we dey try for beg say make we fight for our homeland, gain our sovereignty, stay in our homeland, and then we start politicking. The people say no. All man go claim it is wrong. Whether they go for Canada, it's a handful of we dey see some people dem, they don already snap them for airport, they put am how they don carry. You see some desperate people who do not even know their left from their right. I see some of the people from Momo, they don already go there. Only the road wey dey go for that village, e don collapse, e don fall, e don sink. When people say let's fight for what it has so we can guard it with all diligence. We can guard it with all respect and integrity. They say no. If my belle flop, that one is all empty. Wetin be my concern? It is wrong. So for many of you, many of us that are conflict, the Ambazonian thing, they are deceiving themselves because, as we all say, this struggle is God ordained. I might tell you some other one to make I tell you something, make I talk. God will continue to bless the interim government, the people's government with Dr. Sako. As they punch am, lie. Even Dr. Epa, they still weigh the evidence so they will say they get am. It will he never still see am. Dem never still give evidence. Na here the police say a respectable dat man wey he be the person like he be the pray when we be there for when he happen to join our prayer mountain. We go dey pray with his sister Ma Pauline will pray. Oh God have mercy. Pa dey fool you. Really you sef you don talk say you dey weigh the evidence and you never see am. Calm you back begin dey do your work. No person no small wey dem no fit fool you. Anybody except you be na Jesus. When the devil came and said, did you not say you are the son of God? Why not transform this stone and into bread and eat? If Jesus not be wise, if I say yes, not true, I do not think of that sense. For turn and quickly begin the chop am. But he say, remember the word of God say, man does not live by bread alone. He still lie you say, you are standing up there. Why don't you fall down and show that you are the son of God? Your word of God not say that he will give his angels charge over you, this to bear your foot again. A stone, you give your angel charge to bear you. So if you fall, the angels will bear you. He say, may you do it, may you not tempt the Lord, your God. So na only person by the grace of God na him go fit know the answer for give am at that right time wey dey just pick you by surprise. So abeg, our doctor, our brother dem, wey all these lie people dey don deceive una, make una no miss out of the train. Make una no miss out of the train. Make no conflict the thing dem because the things are clean and clear. The only conflicting thing wey we get am for here, how conflicting it is, na the war wey we don dey fight am with La Republique from the day wey dem be say independence by joining. Na the only conflicting thing that way dey dey. All the other one na just deception, na just confusion, na misinformation and disinformation. All that other one dem, as President Sarkozy used to talk am, the problem is between Ambazonia, the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, and the Republic of Cameroon. And when President Sarko be go meet up the Black Caucus, because for some people dem don dey ask me say, Rachel, wetin be Black Caucus? I hope una dey hear. I go explain am our own way wey I don read am. Black Caucus. Caucus first mean say wetin? You know, when they say a small group of people, when they say small, e no mean as say na just 5 or 10 people, e can be 200 people. But the impact wey dey get am, e dey na within that circle, like how they say Reverend Father dem dey go for exclusion, Reverend Father dem dey hold a conclave, or how we be the whole Ambazonia conclave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You know, no be every Ambazonia be the go. So those Ambazonia the way dem be the go conclave that time, and dem be the fit dey take some of the decision wey una see we find ourselves here today. So e just dey like that caucus just dey like a group of pikin dem wey na Black American pikin dem, white man dem too, dem don decide for be inside the thing because dey buy their ideology say dey stand for truth, for justice and for integrity, and dem dey push forward to support any group wey or country wey dem know say e dey under oppression. Yes. Yes. Most of the Black countries dem wey dey dey under oppression. So from wetin wey we hear be na say even as wey dem dey start the slogan say free Mandela, na this group too na dem too be try for the president be just try for talk the thing, but I no go talk thing wey I no too, but na the one that wey I understand am. So make we begin dey look am, make everybody begin know as e be talk for his speech, because they say the people dey ask am say dey talk say the Black Caucus na who, na why I dey try for tell una say na una Black brother dem wey dem don take dem since for very long time dey go for slave. Na dem now too dem don become like never again generation. Dem how me and you wey dey fight this Ambazonian war so. We don decide say Ambazonia must be free. We dey do our best, we dey give time, we dey give money, we dey give moral support, physical support, any kind support we dey give am for homeland to be free. Na so too dat kind group of pipu dem too dem don gather dey say dis our black colour wey suffer dey dey there, we go try to we go helep dem. So somehow um yeah, dem too dey dey for American Congress, dey dey for most of the important places dem for America. So na dem too wey dey look am dey say no, we go talk, we go help talk for our black brother dem. Una know say una Ambazonian problem no only dey na only, no matter say Mwai and Denis still dey or dey don go Russia, but den dem too dey dey talk about the matter. E dey like say the matter don reach for their doorstep, na dem dey look into the matter. So wetin we get to dey do now, make una know say una interim government, I dey talk am so maybe I don go far, but na for let pipu dem know say when dey say be under your government, na because say if dey call you for some place, dey ask you question, you go know wetin wey you go talk. Because if you no know wetin wey dey go talk, even for asylum seekers, be under your government, be under your LGA and your county, so dat if you go need something, dey ask you for some idea wey you no know, you go know who to call at the right time wey go give you the answer. The bottom line of it all is to be under your council, be under your LGA. E no mean say I no wan even talk, but den fellow Ambazonians, friends and sympathizers of Ambazonia, it is with all due diligence that we take our time to try to outline some of these things. You know them even better, you know them even more. But the thing is that they say pray without ceasing, inform without ceasing, sensitize without ceasing, remind without ceasing, with love and with concern. Not be because say we hate anybody, we do not hate anybody. The appeal is that let's all put our hands together, Ubuntu, Ubuntu, let's do Ubuntu, Ubuntu. So that at the end of the day, we are going to be successful and we will all enjoy our homeland. Today, some mama tell me say, hey, they don talk say they wan go dig Victoria seaport. Now I just laugh. I said they wan go dig Victoria seaport where since they begin dey talk say they go tar ring road, they know say they no fit use ring road again. Now they don shift now, they don enter na Victoria seaport. So that make una sit down say, oh, they wan go do seaport, they wan do seaport, year in, year out. Wetin happen with the other thing dem? Wetin happen? Wetin happen? Well, even when you go, you say you wan go home, you go must land for Douala before you go wan take motor go reach for Ndongamantu. You wan take motor go reach for Ikweribanya. Before you wan take motor go reach for Osa, you go don suffer for road sotey. Even the one man country or the diaspora wey comot, you go don tire. Na which kind country be that one? Abeg, my brothers and sisters, let's do Ubuntu. Let's do our Ubuntu and stand up for the nation we want to call home. Others are fighting on our behalf. Others are talking on our behalf. We are not supposed to sit quiet. I will just ask the technical crew to sing, to give us again one music so that we sing together. Maybe you can shake a little bit and know that your interim government is doing a very great job behind. You do your own, and together we shall be victorious. Let that music come and we sing it and dance together, and then I will come again to give a last word and close it for the day. Is anyone there?
You are watching The Horizon, the voice of the Amber Woman, exclusively on ABC Amber TV.